What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Tech fans just got a super cool announcement with Samsung announcing their super thin Galaxy 25 Edge. Now, this video isn't about the new 25 Edge, but it does show us a lot about what is to come from the 5.8mm thin device and how it will compare to what Apple is coming out with their brand new iPhone 17 Air later this year in September, and prove or disprove some of the rumors. But if you're a big Apple fan, please hit that subscribe button to help us reach 1,000 subscribers, and then go ahead and hit the like button so this video can reach more fans like yourself. In September of this year, Apple will unveil their brand new device, the iPhone 17 Air, replacing the would-be iPhone 17 Plus, and this will be the first new iPhone design in several years. Let's start out with the size, since it's going to be knocking the more budget-friendly larger model from its throne. Rumors suggest the iPhone 17 Air will have a 6.6-inch display, which will put it in between the iPhone 17 and the iPhone 17 Pro Max in size, it being extremely thin, 5.5mm thick, 0.3mm thinner than the Galaxy 25 Edge. Now, 0.3mm might not seem like a lot, but when we're talking about something this thin, it's going to be noticeable. Current iPhone 16s are 7.8mm thick, and the Pro lineup phones are a bit thicker at 8.25mm. A 29% difference between the standard models and 33% against the Pros. While the M4 iPad Air is 5.1mm thick, the thinnest device Apple has ever released, and is the best representation of how thin this device will be. The thinnest iPhone to date was the iPhone 6 at 6.9mm. iPhones got thicker with the iPhone X and beyond, as Apple changed device thickness to provide more space for the battery, camera lenses, Face ID, hardware, and much more. The iPhone 17 Air is said to measure in at 9.5mm thick at the camera bump end, which means we can expect the camera bump to be noticeably thicker than the rest of the device. But what about the other features of the device, such as the camera, build material, and other important details? Apple might use the titanium aluminum frame for the iPhone 17 Air, with the device using more titanium than the current Pro iPhones. This will help with durability, but not with scratch resistance, so it'll be interesting to see whether they go with more titanium or pull back to an aluminum frame. The camera is rumored to be a single lens camera placed on an all-new camera bar across the entire back of the device, housing the lens and flash. It's a design that will match the new camera bar that Apple is adding to the iPhone 17 Pro models as well. There's said to be a glass section around the logo that's integrated into an overall metal chassis, which has previously been described as a half aluminum, half glass build. The glass is needed for wireless charging, but rumors have been going back and forth on the actual design of the back of the 17 Air, possibly being all glass and not the half and half look that I personally am a fan of. The iPhone 17 Air will also have some subtle design changes so that all the internal components can fit despite the thinness of the chassis. Dummy models suggest that the USB-C port on the bottom edge won't be centered front to back and will instead be shifted closer to the rear of the device to match some of the internal parts. The speaker grills have also been simplified with just 2 holes on either side of the port rather than the typical 5. Now, I'm not sure how this will affect audio quality, but I can imagine it's not going to help it at all. The iPhone 17 Air will include MagSafe charging, a camera control button, and an action button based on the dummy models of the device that have been circulating. Now let's talk about that 6.6-inch display. It was originally rumored to be upwards of 6.9 inches, but Apple reversed track and brought the size down to prevent bending of the ultra-thin device. There's no rumored changes to the dynamic island, with the past rumors for the iPhone releases hinting at a much smaller cutout, but this still does not seem to be happening, and the dynamic island that is currently on the 16 lineup will be on all the 17s. I wish Apple could reduce the size, but I do like the live notifications and don't feel like it takes up too much space on the phone when one is live. The iPhone 17 Air is expected to use the same OLED panel as the current iPhone 16 Pro models, which is sourced from Samsung. The panel has a 30% increase in brightness and improved longevity compared to the prior generation iPhone 16 display. One change that base iPhone buyers have been missing out on is 120Hz ProMotion. Rumors are saying that the entire iPhone 17 lineup is expected to get the 120Hz ProMotion display technology, which means it will no longer be a feature limited to the Pro lineup. ProMotion displays are enabled by the low temperature polycrystalline oxide, or LTPO panels, that Apple plans to use for all the iPhone 17 models. Under the hood, the iPhone 17 lineup will get a brand new A19 and A19 Pro chip. Leaks have suggested that the Air will get the regular A19 chip, making buyers move into the Pro lineup price range of $1,000+ for the faster CPU and GPU. It will also rock the new C1 chip that debuted on the most recent iPhone 16e release a few months ago, which is in charge of cellular connectivity, but that chip has not really received the greatest reviews since its release. A new internal feature could be that all new iPhone 17 models will have a vapor chamber heatsink to improve thermal performance. Vapor chambers work by spreading heat evenly across a larger area, reducing thermal throttling and ensuring consistent performance. This will hopefully help with phone temperatures and overheating in the much smaller device where heat has less room to move around. The iPhone 17 Air is expected to have 12 gigabytes of RAM, the same as the RAM in the iPhone 17 Pro. Current iPhone 16 models have 12 gigabytes of RAM, the minimum for Apple Intelligence, so a pretty nice upgrade for any mobile gamers or photo editors on your phone. As mentioned earlier, the camera is getting a slight change as well. With limited internal space due to a slimmed down design, the iPhone 17 Air will get just a single lens rear camera. Rumors suggest it will use the same 48 megapixel wide camera that's in all iPhone 16 models. If the iPhone 17 Air only has a single lens rear camera, it won't be capable of capturing spatial video or spatial photos unless Apple has a new technique in mind for capturing this kind of content. All iPhone models coming in 2025 are rumored to have an upgraded 24 megapixel front-facing camera, which is an improvement over the 12 megapixel front-facing camera in the iPhone 16 models. The camera will notably improve image quality and allow for more cropping in without a loss of quality, a really nice change for all those selfie takers and great for FaceTime calls. But not all can be great additions while maintaining the ultra-thin design. One concession buyers will need to make is less battery life. According to the information, the iPhone 17 Air will have a worse battery life compared to other iPhones. Apple's internal testing has apparently found that 60 to 70% of iPhone 17 Air users will be able to go a full day without charging, while that number is 80 to 90% for other iPhone models. On my iPhone 16 Pro Max, I end the day with usually more than 30% battery, with a lot of use watching YouTube, gaming, and scrolling social media. So hopefully the 17 Air can make it a full day with regular to high use. And finally, pricing and release. The iPhone 17 Air could be priced at $899, which is the current price for the iPhone 16 Plus. At $899, the iPhone 17 Air could be more expensive than the iPhone 17, but less expensive than the 17 Pro. And I think that's the best pricing we can hope for, but if I had to guess, I think it'll be around $950, as buyers will need to spend $1,200 to get the larger iPhone 17 Pro Max if they want to keep the larger form factor, or spend just a little more and get a smaller Pro model but get a lot more power. It'll be interesting to see how Apple prices its device and if they can have it fit properly into the lineup. The iPhone 17 Air is set to release in September alongside the rest of the 17 lineup and have the usual pre-order on Friday after the event and delivery a week later. So that's what we know so far about the iPhone 17 Air, but more leaks are coming out all the time, so I'll try to keep everyone updated. Let me know down in the comments if you're excited for the iPhone 17 Air or what you were hoping it would have that it might not. And check out some of my other Apple leaks and rumors videos over here, and please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you made it this far, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.